Well, tomorrow marks 1 week since authorities in Carroll County announced charges in the murders of 2 young girls on the Monon High Bridge back in 2017. Now, over the last week, we've learned that Richard Allen of Delphi was transferred to a state prison for his own safety. He still needs to hire his own attorney, and a judge from Fort Wayne is now assigned to overhear the case. But we still don't know why investigators think he's connected to the deaths of Abby Williams and Libby German. CBS 4's Russ McQuaid spoke with a judge today who gave us some insight into what's happening next.
When Richard Allen was arrested on October 26th, that started the clock ticking on the case against him and also on the constitutional rights that protect his presumption of innocence. Last Monday's briefing by authorities was light on details, including the evidence and the state's case against Richard Allen.
I first thought, well, who's going to represent him? Who's his attorneys?
Allen's My Case file does not list a defense attorney, though in a judge's order last week to move Allen to state custody for his own safety, the court said Allen announced at his secret initial hearing October 28th that he would hire his own attorney.
But given the fact that he's been moved out of the county jail to a couple of different locations indicates he may not have access to counsel in order to go retain one.
Allen has the right to know the details of the case against him, but because the file is sealed, we don't know if he knows what he's up against.
The issue, though, constitutionally for Mr. Allen, though, is paramount. There's no circumstances under which he's not allowed to know why he's been arrested.
Allen has until November 17th to tell the judge if he has an attorney, and he must request a change of venue to relocate his trial to get an unbiased jury by November 26th. And his speedy trial deadline is set for next March 20th. But the Carroll County prosecutor's rare secrecy in pursuing this case complicates the state's protection of Allen's rights.
All of that in conjunction or in combination is extremely rare. Bits and pieces of it may not be.
Carroll Circuit Court Judge Benjamin Diener said he was overwhelmed and bailed out of the case, and Allen County Superior Judge Fran Gull was assigned by the state Supreme Court to take over. But that doesn't mean Richard Allen's case would necessarily be heard in Fort Wayne if it's moved because of extensive media coverage.
I'm not sure what the coverage of this has been in the Fort Wayne media market. I just know the Indianapolis media market has been fairly extensive in its coverage.
Judge Henke expects that the new judge assigned to hear this case, Judge Fran Gull of Allen County, could hold a hearing perhaps as soon as this week to determine if Richard Allen needs to have a public defender assigned to protect his rights in this case. In the newsroom, Russ McQuaid, CBS 4 News.